What is up, guys? It is Jake from Sleepy in Savannah, and today on this range day vlog, we are mastering the first shots out of the holster. So let's get into it. So today we are running 2 drills. The first one is going to be a ladder. It's going to be near to far draws out of the holster at a target that's close by, and then a middle target and a further target. So each target is about 3 meters, 6 meters, and 9 meters away. Now, the reason why I set this up is because at the competition that I shot last weekend, which I was preparing for in the last range day, I struggled at a close target that was about that close. It took me forever to shoot it, which it shouldn't have. Closer the better. The spin on it was that you could only shoot the head box. So we will be doing some of that today, where I'm only letting myself shoot the head box, but then working kind of up and down the ladder. So for this first rep, what we'll probably do is shoot 2 on the head box on that one, reholster, hit the timer again, 2A zone, reholster, hit the timer again, 2A zone. So let's get into it. We'll do a couple reps and then we'll do a mid-drill review as we have in the past. Now, before I start, something that's important is a couple of dry reps. I think before stages, I always need to remember to do 1 or 2 dry reps, unless the squat is super big and you don't have time. All right, let's see. Loaded, let's get it. Oh, whoop. One. 2 alphas, 186. 152 Delta Mike. 157 Charlie Mike. 160 2 Charlie. 2 Alpha 2.06. All right, for the mid-round review, we got a clear weapon, nothing in the magwell. Okay, so as you guys just saw in that last clip, gun is clear. I know I probably cut in editing, but it's still definitely clear. The reason why I want to do that is because I did change my draw since the competition. So usually here, starting, I meet up here. Something I've been doing now is catching the gun here, pushing out in a vertical line. There's a berm right there, and this weapon is clear. So testing that out today, and already in this drill, kind of seeing some issues in that second run up the ladder, or that second run of the ladder. I got a delta and a mic. It's because I couldn't find my dot, and I just kind of panic shot. So actually what I'm discovering is that I'm doing the best, and maybe the stats in the video will lie, but I feel like I'm doing the best at distance with what I'm kind of shooting at. I'm struggling here on the easy target with the head box, so it's still kind of a difficulty to shoot, but changing up the distance in between reps has been kind of helpful. It's a challenge that I'd say is very indicative of USPSA style shooting, because every stage you start, it's somewhat of a different draw. Your first target's not always going to be the same range, so kind of having the variance in reps has been very helpful. So on this next one, I'm going to kind of work on, to get a consistent dot placement, I'm going to think, and I've learned this in dry fire, using muscle memory on where my thumbs kind of need to be curled, and that's the muscle memory, like where my thumbs are. That helps me get a consistent, quick dot on the target. We're also going to try to speed things up. Oh, and I didn't say it, but on this next rep, now we're going to do on the ladder. What we're going to do is A zone, so the easy A zone, and we'll see that'll probably build my confidence here a bit. We'll do A zone across the board to keep things simple. 1.50 to alpha. 1.81 to Charlie. 2 alpha 173. Alpha Charlie 156. Alpha Charlie 142. Alpha Charlie 140. Two Alpha 133, best run. So I'm loving this drill, I'm starting to get it. The second 3 runs of the ladder, so that's 3 reps on each target, are feeling better, and just kind of changing it every time is denying myself a level of comfort that I would if I just kind of ran some reps on the drill. A drill, I'm gonna run this a few times off camera because there's only so many times you guys can watch me run this at a mediocre level. But I'm gonna run the ladder up and down, and then that'll be it. And that's just kind of for fun. I'm just kind of showing you that drill. I'm not gonna really talk about it. And then we'll get into the second drill of the day. I'll be interested to see which one I do better at. If going left to right, close to far, would be better, or far to close. Sure shit ain't that one. 357. First shot slow. Okay, so I'm back, kind of did a couple of those ladders, really worked on some just draw 2 back in the holster as well. Always a solid one. But the other drill I want to highlight today out of this shooting quickly, mastering quickly. Okay, so I'm done with that, doing the ladders. I did a couple of drills in there, kind of snuck them in, but they're drills we've reviewed before. Some examples are just draw 2 out of the holster, very simple. And then I did a couple of build drills to kind of keep warming up. But the other drill I want to highlight today is going to be from, I'm doing it from 6 yards or 6 meters. You can do it from kind of anywhere you want. You can start with 4 or 5 and then pump out to 7. I'm trying to get to 7 or 8. It's going to be draw 2, reload 2. So this is good because I have discovered that, or it's pretty obvious, it's a pretty known fact, that in USPSA competitions, there's a lot going on. You have a stage plan you're trying to follow. So you really can't focus on your draw kind of the same way you can with these individual drills. So this is good to where you can still put some energy into the draw, but there are so many other, you're doing a transition with the reload, mechanical requirements. It kind of stress tests your OODA loop, your thought process while you do it. So this is gonna be the drill I'm gonna finish out with today. I'm gonna do 3, I'm gonna do 2, reload 2, and then come backwards. And we'll do 3 reps and then we'll talk about it, of course. Three, 1. Okay, so 3 repetitions in, the mid drill review, but as you guys kind of know from this video, I'm gonna do some after. I really like it. I'm applying a lot of what I learned from that other drill. So something I've kind of learned in my live fire today is kind of where I can pull a shot off right here in my draw. And that's speeding up my draw times. You've seen them a lot off camera, but for example here, my first shot was sub-second, so 0.91. It's like I'm consistently doing that, kind of shooting here as opposed to waiting till I'm fully pressed out. And that is making all the difference in my time. I'm consistently getting a sub-second, whereas in the past, I would consistently get 1.1, roughly in that area. However, the hits, as you can see, are suffering, but it's what training is for. It's for pushing your limits. So in this drill, I have 2 targets on my wall in my apartment set up about this distance apart from each other. Maybe I'm a little closer because it's by my bed, and I like reloading over my bed so I don't damage my magazines more than they already are. Like, you see this one's rattling pretty bad for me, dropping it on the ground constantly. And it's a concept that I learned from Ben Stoeger, but I'm sure it's been around, I'm sure everybody says it, is that your dry fire should imitate your live fire. And Ben Stoeger takes it further to where I've never heard it. I'm kind of reading one of his books. It's that your dry fire is where you like test stuff, you kind of play around with habits, and then you solidify the habits. And then live fire, you're just making sure that those habits are good habits. So I love that concept. I'm having a hard time doing it. Like out here, I'm trying new things. That's not what live fire's for, according to him. It's dry fire. You do it so many times, it's muscle memory. Instead here, I feel like rep to rep, I'm kind of changing stuff and then building in a foundation. So that's just something I want you guys to think about, and that's something I'm trying to achieve in my training. So I've kind of talked about this long enough. Let's get back to it. Also, I lied. I did them all this way. I said I'd go back and forth. So on these next 3, I'll go from left to right to rectify that. Three. Three, 1. Okay, so to round out the video today, I'm still do a little more training. I still have about 12 rounds here and another 15 here, and I'm gonna just kind of keep running that drill, but obviously you guys don't want to see that, it's kind of boring. I'm enjoying this drill. Something I didn't talk about at the mid-round review or whatever is that because there's so much going on, I'll go to transition quickly, forget I have to reload, and panic reload. I think that's great. I think I'm really stressing the system. Plus for me personally, I get nervous on camera. So this drill is great. It's stressing the system, kind of really making it difficult for me to shoot. Doing a lot, and my brain is having a hard time managing that. So honestly, a great drill. I hope these 2 drills are a great showcase of how you can kind of lock down those couple early shots, and that's really where I'm trying to win in the competition. Is I think that's where I'm losing the most time. That's something I identified myself. So this week, that's the focus. Thank you guys for tuning in as always. Please go out there and train, buy ammo, not more useless parts, and have a good one.